Okay, this is a real quick mini topic. So I've got these panels from a embroidered quilt top that a client has given me, and I'm trying to match these seams really closely, particularly right here where the embroidery crosses from one panel to the next. So, and I've got two match points where this frame crosses once and then another time here. So the way that you ensure those match is you match the points that matter first, and then you lay it smooth and you match the middle point between those two, and you just go middle, 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 middle. And that way it eases any difference between the two layers in evenly, and you won't notice a pleat, but you also won't have a gap where your pattern crosses over. So you've got match points that you care about, and start with those match points that matter first. Some of this pinning technique comes from Vintage Sewing School, of which I was a member, and I highly recommend. Evelyn Wood is a fantastic teacher. Highly recommend. So I have done the one end, the other end. I did a center. Now I'm taking the gaps between my pins and going to the middle, to the middle, to the middle. So I did the two ends, I did the center of that, I did the center of those 2 points. Now between these 2 points, I'm going to do the center. And I can't see both lines, so what I'm going to do is take the pin and stab down. I can see the faint little mark, which is my seam line. Then I'm going to lift up just the top layer, and underneath there I'm going to find exactly on the seam line and poke my pin into that. So I've already sort of eased and arranged the fabric this direction. Now I'm aligning perfectly this direction, and then I'm going to slide that pin through the second layer and there. So I'm actually using the point of that pin to locate this under layer, which I could not see without going one layer at a time. So this is probably all I would pin, but for the sake of argument, to do it again, I would stab in exactly on the line, lift up my top layer, make sure I'm stabbed in exactly on that same reference line on the second layer, and then thread the pin through to secure. And do as many pins as it takes. This is probably a little excessive for this quilt. Right here around my reference mark, I did double up and put more pins because this is what matters. If this line is off, that's going to be really visible. Here where it's just white on both sides, there's not important reference lines sort of laterally. So as long as I line this line up with the line underneath it, you won't notice as dramatically if it's a little shifted there. So that's how you ease. Pin your far ends where it matters, your most important reference points. Split, pin in the middle, split that, pin in the middle, split that, pin in the middle, and you use your one layer at a time stabby pin technique, and that's how it's done. Happy What You Sewin' Wednesday. If you want more information, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Longarming by Jaclyn. Have a great day.